Okay, welcome YouTube. Just to be again clear, we are still in beta trials here, so these are not the full stream, uh, the full stream show that you'll be seeing once we get going. Anyway, I'm about to put this up. So it is live on the BarcelonaTrader.com website. Live streams, here we go. Okay, that is now live on the site.
What's good, man?
Hey, Tono.
How you doing?
Let me turn the music down a little bit and fix my audio here.
Okay.
Say something again?
You there?
Yeah, that's not it.
Okay.
Try again.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right, let's be it. All right, one more time.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. There it is.
Cool. Phone charged up. Okay. All right. So to the side. Oh, how'd your dentist?
Oh, I have feeling back in my mouth now, but when I got back for a couple hours, I couldn't eat anything because I kept chewing on my lip.
Yeah, I hate that, man. Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Are you streaming tonight?
Yes, I just started.
Okay.
All right.
3308, 3309. Okay. Don't look like it's moving.
No, it pretty quiet right now.
There was a move at 732 that kind of spiked from 3310 down to 3305. Wow.
Yep. Yep.
Wonder what that was. Oh,
Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Trump tweeted something.
yeah. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Today is Tuesday. Yep. Today is Tuesday. Yeah, Ellen, what do we have for news tomorrow? I think nothing again, right? Wednesday.
Let me see.
We have FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. That's kind of a nothing burger usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, another quiet week of news.
We got a
Ah,
10 o'clock orange folder that might do something.
right. Richmond Manufacturing Index. So I
What's that?
got I yeah, just kind of still ticked at myself for the bad morning I had.
You know, I noticed something about your trading.
Tell me.
that there were two things that I noticed, right?
Hmm.
The first thing was that you still have a rush. That's the first thing, the rush to get in without waiting for that final confirmation.
Yeah.
There's three things actually. The second thing I noticed is that when you're in, because you weren't using your wrinkle chart as your exit strategy,
Yeah.
you missed the exit.
I did twice this
And
morning.
once you miss the exit, you're caught on the wrong side of the trade. And
Yeah.
from there, now you're in a roller coaster of emotions, right?
Yep.
The third thing I noticed is that once you had one or two bad trades, you hesitate on the confirmations.
Hmm.
And you wait so long for the confirmations that you miss the majority of the profit.
Yeah.
Then when you do get in, you have to get almost immediately out.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get immediately out, you wind up on the wrong side of the trade again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you have to deal with the emotions again,
Yeah.
right? What follows it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That's
and
good feedback.
the fourth thing is you were right. You waited for my confirmation as the oracle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Uh,
I
yeah. I was looking for, any reason to stay in the trade, and I was hoping that you had the answer. But I know, you know, I yeah, I
you
just
know what I'm saying?
I,
So,
I messed up. I messed up.
um, and what I've noticed today, which I have to get you have to kind of come on board with it, is that I'll text you. Let me text them to you so you can see it, right? Because visualizing it is different from just me telling you, right?
Hmm.
Let me just see. Hold on. All right, so I just text you two emails, two photos.
Okay, just a second. Okay, yeah.
So if you see them, what you'll notice is that let me deal with the gold spot first, right?
Hmm.
Never once today was I excited about the gold spot trading,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
You didn't hear me say anything about, wow, great, nothing. It's just simple, small, tiny movements that add up,
Yep.
right? And at the end of the day, you go, wow, I didn't know I did $500 or $600, right?
Hmm.
Well, it's the exact same thing that happened with the futures. Simple, small trades that added up to over $500, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not emotional about them because that's the way you're supposed to be, not emotional,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Analytical, and just simply take the trades that you see and you get out based on the exit strategy, criteria, right?
Right.
And if you do that, you'll make your numbers every day, right?
Yeah.
What I noticed about you is that you either get excited or anxious
Hmm.
that there's a move,
Yeah.
right? But they're not important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're making the moves more important than what they really are.
Yeah.
And I think if you start pulling back and sitting on your hands, you'll start to see that if even if you miss the move, you'll catch the second one.
Yeah.
There's always another one. You know what I mean? That
Hmm.
whether it went up and you didn't catch it, and then you waited for it to come down to go right back up, or vice versa. It went down, you missed it, so you wait
Yep.
for it to go up. So what I noticed was on one of the last trades, I think it was one. I don't know, if it was the bad trade or one of the trades you did. I got in on the sell when it hit the resistance,
Yep.
and all the criterias for entering were there. You got in on that same sell more than it was more than halfway done already.
Yeah.
But that was only because you didn't want to get into another bad trade. That was emotional, right? You were looking for every single confirmation, but by
Hmm.
then you've missed the trade, right?
Yeah, that's fair, but that trade moved against you before it went in your favor to a point where I would have had to get out of that trade.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Um, because I'm trading my top step with micros,
Yeah,
and I'm trading my elite with the regular lot sizes.
yeah.
I can afford to hold my micros,
Mm-hmm.
but as you can see, the elite still paid off.
Yeah,
You see what I mean? It still paid off. So it's kind of it doesn't help much because there's no real formula to it other than um, get in at the right entry and get out at the right exit,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And
yeah,
if you're wrong, get the hell out.
yep, right,
You know, that's
right.
what it really comes. If you're wrong, just get out, you
Yep,
know?
yep. Okay, that's all really great feedback. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's
Yeah,
helpful. That's concrete and actionable.
that's good. Because I
Yep,
was looking at it today and I was like, wait, now I know. And the other thing you made one other mistake today when we all exited with profit on that trade, you held it because you wanted more.
yep,
You remember that trade, right?
yep. Well, that was actually all three of my bad trades today were in profit before they were in deficit. Even that last one, it went $10 into profit or $20 into profit before it turned against me. Um,
Hmm.
the thing is, I think if I did that trade again, I still wouldn't have taken that $20 because I thought it was going to go further. But I would have, I should have clicked out of it as soon as it went against me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I had a rough day, but
Yeah, you'll bounce back from it.
yeah,
You know.
I'm bouncing back.
Yeah, you bounce back from it. And every day, like you said in your which was a great article, it's a learning experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if sooner or later it'll be so engraved in you that you can't help but never do it again, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
or do it less and less. It'll
Right.
take time, but it'll all come around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think the main thing you have to control is your emotion to want to see. Let me just think how I can rephrase that. Is that I think when I sit down and I
Hmm.
see a trade, I just simply take the trade and it pans out and I'll take my profit. I think you're still looking, I don't know if it's the excitement you're looking for.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
No, I'm not looking for excitement.
Okay.
Um, I'm looking for A moves, A minus at the
Amen.
at the
Right.
least. So I'm looking for a move that isn't going to go against me at all. I'm already, two or three ticks down because of the spread. So I account for that.
Right.
But I'm looking for a move that is immediately going to go in my favor. Otherwise, I don't think I should take the move.
Yeah, but even today was a prime example that even though there really were no A plus setups today, first of all, that I saw,
Yeah,
right? But even without A plus setups, we could still make on 500 or more a day,
yeah,
a session rather. You know what I mean?
yeah. All
What we
right.
got
Well,
here.
yeah. Continue to point that stuff out to me when you see it. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
I think you got everything down, and you just miss a one tiny little piece, man.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I
it's the
know.
one tiny little piece, and once that clicks, you're gonna be unstoppable, man.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah,
think so. I can feel it. This is a cell. If it breaks this resistance on the one, it just broke it.
we could have taken that trade.
Can still take it now?
That would have been a good sell. Let's see if we go back up. Yeah. So what we have on the board. All right, we're under the daily pivot.
We just went through the weekly
So
pivot.
it looks like the weekly pivot at 33.09 is going to stop it from going up. Then you got 33.11 daily pivot, which will stop it from going up. So we might be looking at going down now. Let's see if we can get back up to 3309 on the futures chart. I'll look to take another sell on that.
Or it's going to keep going down from here. We are 1 minute away from the 8 o'clock candle. Fifteen seconds.
What's up, Eldon? Can you hear me, Mike?
Yep. 2, 1. There's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm here. So trying to get this money back.
Did you lose some money this morning?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can both hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Mike?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't hear anybody.
We're talking. You can hear me, AB?
I can't hear you
Yep,
guys.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. We can hear you.
Order filled.
Hold on a second. Okay, I got you back.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
How'd you make out this morning, Eldon?
Nah, I lost some.
You lost a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was up and then I lost it.
Ah,
This
Bad
thing.
road.
Yeah.
yeah, I had a rough morning too. I feel you.
Were you on with us this morning?
Yeah.
I thought you were. We might be able to take the sell if it turns back down, fellas.
So
I was waiting for it to hit this swing high. Let's see what happens. Wait for the wrinkle. Wrinkle wants to go up. All right. No volume in the market tonight.
No, not a lot.
Look at the 1 minute Hakanashi. Look how small the candles are in the 5 minute.
they've been running like that for a couple hours now.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah. I think from like what was that time? About almost three at 6 o'clock Eastern to about
Hmm.
7. That's when it went up.
Oh, that spike.
Yeah.
Okay.
See what there's been anything. Gold edges higher on possible technical recovery.
Where'd that come from?
Market talk. It's right here on TradingView.
Okay.
Gold edges higher in the early morning Asia session on a possible technical recovery after front month COMEX gold futures fell 1.9% overnight. However, gold's overnight meaning Asia's overnight, meaning our New York session, I think. Um, However, gold's gains may be capped amid signs of progress in the US EU trade relations. President Trump's recent decision to delay tariffs on EU imports allows additional time for talks. Two members of what? Two members of Suckden Financial's research team. Oh, say in commentary. Okay, that's this delay has helped the delay of the EU tariffs has helped to ease fear of near-term escalation and has underpinned risk appetite globally. Spot gold is 0.3% higher at 3310. That's where we are now.
No.
Yeah.
That means there'll be another Trump hotel in the EU tomorrow.
Yeah,
We've got it's hitting on this DPP and the weekly pivot at the same 311, 3311, 3309, and it just hasn't broken it, but it won't go down either. All right, here we go. It
yeah,
might be going down.
right. The
Look for the wrinkle entry. Gold is stronger than the dollar.
gold is stronger than the dollar right now. Yeah.
And where are the retail traders?
Retail traders are 54% long. I've got the top four green on the FX trend display, and I have the yen pointing up, but the dollar is also pointing up.
All right. Kind of wants to go up, but those pivots are holding it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that retracement of the drop at 8 o'clock at 754 from 310 down to 307. Then it went back up to 310. So now we're waiting for a reversal. If it happens, if not, it's going to break these pivots. Ugh. Holden, did you have a chance to log into the course?
Yeah, I haven't watched all of them yet.
You can
For
skip the module one because it's only about MetaTrader downloading and
Okay.
installing.
All right, great.
This is from week volume.
Yeah, there's not a lot of volume going on right now, is there?
If there was, this wrinkle chart would be shooting up to the sky. Look, there's
Yeah,
nothing in the way of it. Nothing, right?
right. Well, it's got a pivot. Yeah, you're right. It's got a pivot right here.
Except for the pivots, but I'm saying there's
Yeah,
no resistance lines on it.
right,
Anytime you see that, it's like a clean run up, but it just
right,
keeps banging on the resistance.
right.
All right, now we're at 11, which is the daily pivot.
Oh, it's gonna break through or what?
Huh. I think it's gonna fake people out.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to break through, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's gonna drop now.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Probably nothing's happening tonight with this little volume unless something comes in, shakes it up.
Yeah.
It's funny watching the Rinko and the 10-second chart and simultaneously, how they kind of work together. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Say that again?
I said it's funny to watch the 10-second chart and the Rinko
Oh,
simultaneously.
yeah.
Like, even though the 10-second chart is 10 seconds, you would think nothing's faster than that. You can actually see the Rinko deciding before it even happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which makes me wonder, you know, you know how we read all about how price discovery happens on futures
Right.
and spot follows.
Mm-hmm.
But this Renko on spot seems to be a little more predictive.
Then
That's
then
interesting.
then the futures candle.
Yeah.
I think I'm jumping in on this. I'm
On the
in.
sell.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go up because it's tried it.
Are you in?
I'm in, but you in too?
Yeah, I jumped in.
I'm not in yet.
I would hold off on yours for a second, Mike, until I get a confirmation. So I'm like $20 negative. So let's see what happens. What I'm thinking about taking it down to 7, so you can actually withstand waiting until it goes into profit on this one.
You don't think it's gonna hit the WPP and stop?
Um, Let me see. In May, it broke through them last time like butter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't stop them last time. This is probably not on a. It's definitely in an A plus trade, but it's probably a trade I should have taken because of the weakness in the market.
Mm, yeah. Now I'll take like an A minus trade is probably my, where I want to draw the line. I have taken some B plus trades, but I try not to do that.
Well, we know that you're not going to get You're not going to get a B trade on the volume that we have tonight. You know what I mean? The volume has to be there in order for it to be considered a B plus, A or A plus.
Yeah.
And this was just a bad trade. It's just going to straggle around. Alden, do you have the Top Step or do you have the Elite account?
Top step.
Top Step.
Trader bait, yeah.
Okay. And what are you? How are you in equity or below your equity?
I'm below probably $400, $380.
That's not bad.
All I need is one good trade. Just get back.
To 50.
Yeah.
Okay. Be careful because it tricks you. Be thinking if you were trading the at least you were thinking 100,000 count, you would think you got $3,000 to go, but you only got $2,000.
Right. Well, this one, like, yeah, I'm only down four, so, or less than four, a little less than four. So,
All right. You know this is a slow night when you can't when it's still just hanging around.
Yeah.
Nobody stays in a trade this long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to go to the dentist too, man. I'm dreading it because
Oh, you you
mm,
you have to go, or you?
yeah, I have to go. It's like when you get a certain age and you just don't want to feel no pain. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
just can't tolerate it, man. It's like, man, especially when you can't control it, which means I can control not going to the dentist. I just don't
Right.
go.
right.
But man, like the other night, I stumped my toe and I was like, oh my God, why? You know what I mean? Like, really? With all the shit that's going on. This trade is bad. You're still in it, Alden?
Yeah. Um, as soon as I get out, it's gonna go down.
I'll get out if it breaks the daily pivot clean. You know what I mean? With a nice
Yeah.
that hasn't really done it yet. Wait a second, you got the wrong damn thing. What?
Breaking through, huh?
Still on that resistance on the 10-second chart. Do you have the 10-second chart?
Um, yeah, I was on the minute right now.
Yeah. On the minute it's clean, but on the 10-second chart, it hasn't been able to break it for a minute. So it's funny. I'm looking at my Plexi trade accounts and I'm looking at my Ox, and they're two different numbers.
It's a lot different.
321238 and 321227. Some shit. Let's see.
Did you get out?
No, I'm just
I'm
$40 negative, $35 negative.
about 12.
Negative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been around at 9, 12. Starting to come down a little bit.
Yeah.
Now
This is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was
I'm in
just saying,
profit now.
now I'm, yeah, low profit.
I'll get out with anything because this was not a good thing.
15.
Out with just $10. I just didn't want to be in it anymore. Mike,
Yeah,
that all looks good except for the part where you go to the 30K account and the 1.5 loss 150 pip
yep.
value. I never I never go into a larger account.
Okay,
I'll spread it over three accounts if I want to do
I want to
$30,000.
say got it. You never would do a $30,000 account at 1.5 lot?
No, I would just split. I would have three separate accounts running $10,000 each
Why?
because it's easier to manage. It's easier to what's the word I'm looking for? Um, it's just easier management. Like if I have one $10,000 account, 130, I got to work with different numbers now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas if I have three $10,000 accounts, I'm working off of one. I'm only working off one MetaTrader.
Yeah.
You follow
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Because if you try and do I have four MetaTraders, right?
Yeah.
If I had to manage four MetaTraders, it would just be overwhelming, right?
Hmm.
So I have them up just to make sure that when I place a trade, the copy trade place the trade. But it's very rare that I actually have to juggle between them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Order filled.
If you had, if you used social trader tools instead of the one that you use,
Hmm.
then you wouldn't ever wonder if it was closed or not, because one, social trader tools has never messed up in my experience, and two, they send you an email or an alert to your phone if any one of your trades fails to open or fails to close.
Okay. It's called Social Trader Tool.
Yeah. And
That's the
two,
copy trader, right?
yeah. And two, if you used a demo account with zero point 0.1 lot size so
Hmm.
that you were looking at pips instead of dollar amounts,
Right.
then it wouldn't matter how big those accounts are, right? They could be, I mean,
Yeah, at that point, yeah, you're right.
you mentioned that at $50,000, those brokers will sometimes slip you more. But if they don't slip you up to $50,000, then you could manage bigger accounts.
Yeah, let me tell you what I've learned though, man. That $10,000 is a magic number.
Yeah.
Order filled.
I don't know if anything above that is where they start to play their games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've seen it. I had an account that was $100,000, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm telling you, the $10,000 seems to be the sweet spot. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Where you're just a mosquito. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know that you're just a mosquito. They don't even bother you. You know.
Hmm.
Um, I got a feeling that they go after smaller accounts than the 10,000. You know,
Hmm.
because they're just amateur traders. You know, the ones that throw in a couple $100 to try and get rich quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've noticed that from $5,000 to $10,000, that's a sweet spot area. When you
Okay.
start getting 15, 20, 30, they start to you become somewhat of a fly, not a mosquito now. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Before you know it, you're a full-fledged pain in their ass. And then they and I don't understand. Maybe it's just me. I don't understand why it happens, but it just happens, you know.
Hmm.
You'll see it. You'll see your meta traders freezing. You'll see your meta traders getting slower. You'll see
Hmm.
when you try to enter a trade, the spin takes longer. When you try to exit a trade, the spin takes longer,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, and because you have a third party app copy trading, they'll always blame the third party
Mm.
and
Yeah.
say, we're not responsible. That has to do with you and the third party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think that I always said that you can get rich trading, but you still have to kind of spread your risks
Yeah.
across multiple accounts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
We're gonna buy here.
I don't think it's a buy because we're still on the pivot, man. Even though it's a little bit above the pivot, pivots are like magnets, Eldon, they'll snap right back to them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just like you can see the high for on the Spaco was 33.12 and the high on the futures was 33.11. The pivot is 3311.73. So you're right there. You know what I mean? So to take a buy, you want to be above that with confidence, or you just want to sell back down. But we tried selling. We saw how that worked out. It was pulling teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's all relative, Mike, on how much you want to make, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was trading 37 MetaTraders at once,
Yeah.
right? 4 of them were mine, 33 were clients, right?
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal, right? And I didn't have any problems with nothing, except every now and then one of the accounts, the later accounts, like from account one all the way to like 34, 35, they would
Uh-huh.
all be synced up perfectly, but 36 and 37 would be slipping trades, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then I have to go in and manually put those trades in and make notes that I have to manually close those trades because they're not connected to the copy trader. You know
Right.
what I mean? I think
Yeah.
I can eliminate all that with this copy trader you just mentioned, right?
Yeah.
But the key is multiple accounts of $10,000.
30 seconds to the 9 o'clock or 8:30 candle.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
The other thing is too is that which we really haven't gotten into yet is pulling out your profits.
Yeah.
It's changed since when I had those 37 accounts, you know. Even though Ox, believe it or not, allows wire transfers,
They
which is
do
great.
still? Yeah.
Yeah, they still allow wire transfer. Um,
All right,
Look
but
at
it's
the
8:30.
buy.
We're going up.
there's the
I'm
buy you
looking
were
to
talking
buy.
about.
I'm
Order
in.
filled.
You guys both in?
I just got in.
Got in.
Yeah. I'm already in profit for $50, but I would think it would let it run a little higher. Oh, I see. Let's do it. Oh, up to 40. I'm out with 80.
Nice.
Wasn't
I
A
got in.
plus setup.
Yeah,
It's still
I'm
running.
only running at 3 micros. I'm running 3 micros, not 4.
I am running 5, right?
Okay. I'm still
Everybody still in?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, I got a
I'm at
You got out.
63 right now.
Okay.
Let's see how this next candle does and get out.
There's a small resistance that just formed on the 10-second chart.
Okay. I just got
Order filled.
Yeah. Well, at least the 8:30 gave us something to come sit down for. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't much, but it was something, you
Yep.
know.
I got in late. I only got $20 out of the whole thing.
Still
How many
better than a
micros are you
loss.
running, Mike?
Yeah.
How many micros are you running, Mike?
He's running
Uh,
full, cat. He's running full.
Full contract.
Okay.
Those 2 ticks. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, Mike, on another note, I was working on the CRM system today.
Yeah.
They actually build it out for you. And they sent me over a link that I had to connect to, and in the link it had said um input 10 message. I can't even speak clearly tonight. Text messages,
Uh-huh.
subject lines, and then the message you want to do. So
Yeah.
you put in the 10 text messages and the message you want to do, and then they send it out once a week. for
Yeah.
10 weeks, right? And then 10
Yeah.
emails and blah, blah, blah. So it's all automated. It's pretty, I
Like a
mean,
drip campaign. Yeah.
like a drip campaign. Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with all of this. I'm
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
you know.
Those are the developers that are developing on the for the MetaTrader.
No, this is the CRM system that I'm using to run the new course with. It's called All in
Okay.
One. You should look into it, Alden, because tomorrow if you get a minute, give me a call and I'll Zoom with you and show you what it's about for your course. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Mhm.
You putting together a course, Alden?
Yeah, kind of delayed. I had some stuff, but I don't know if they're working with me anymore.
It's not a trading course, Mike.
Uh-huh.
Not trading course, yeah. This was some leadership stuff, different course.
Leadership, yeah. I kind of look at these evening sessions as like gravy on top.
Yeah.
They're not meat and potatoes, they're the gravy on top. And right now, I don't see any gravy. So,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I think I'm going to call it because it's I'll be more prepared for tomorrow, refreshed and hanging out, stressing over not seeing anything happen for the next half hour.
Yeah.
But
That's all.
you know how it is after you get off.
As soon as I leave, you guys are gonna make $500. I'll be happy for you. I'll be happy for you. You know
Looking
what I
like it
mean?
wants to push up again here, but we've got this resistance on the one, right? So we gotta.
Yeah, you got the resistance on the 1 and the 5 minute, and you still, you know, have to deal with that daily pivot because it can snap right back to it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm committed here until about 9:15, so
All right.
I'm gonna hang out for a bit.
All right.
All right.
Eldon, you guys be well, and I'll pick up everybody tomorrow.
All
All
right.
right.
I'll see you in the
All right.
morning.
All right. Cool, man.
All right. Thanks.
Peace.
Peace.
Am I still on?
You're still on.
Still on.
I can't find myself.
I know you're going to watch the Knicks game, man. That's why you want to get off.
No, I don't even watch sports, man.
I know I'll mess with you.
I don't know where my Zoom went. It's the crazy part. Oh, there it is. Sneaky.
I think it's going to come back down again.
All right, fellas.
All right. Have a good night, Tono.
Yeah, good night.
She's a problem. If I had known, I would not have moved here. It completely blindsided me.
Shortly after moving in, Dave was surprised to see her neighbor gardening on what she believes to be her land, so she starts recording.
And I was shocked. I'm like, that's private property.
Dave says she tries to politely address the issue with her neighbor. But a week later, don't just pay, they found.
What we looking like here?
Oh, let's see what's going on. Yeah, I've got a pretty big resistance zone on the 5 minute Renko and on the 1 minute Renko. I'd
Mhm.
like to see it push above at least the one on the 5 minute Renko before I want to get in. So yeah, I just got pushed right back down there.
Yeah.
Retail traders are about evenly split. Gold is stronger than the dollar right now. Let's see if they're converging. I haven't, they're converging a little bit. I haven't been watching that one.
That would have been a good quick little buy right there. That candle going back up.
Yeah, I mean, if you could anticipate it and know beforehand that that's what was going to happen.
Right. Those are the ones that always end up dropping sometimes.
Yeah, when there's low volume in the market, you have a big seller, a big buyer come in, and there aren't enough traders on the opposite side of that, then that's when it makes those big jerky moves, one, whipsaws back and forth.
I'm about to get in a sell right here.
Okay.
It's for a little bit more.
There's just not enough movement to give me confidence.
Order filled.
Yeah, I just jumped in right there. See if it goes back down a little more. There we go. Still a little negative, but
Hopefully it will come down here a bit for you. We have another 15-minute candle coming up in 3 minutes. That might give it a little boost.
all these candles are so short.
Yep. Here you go. You in profit?
No, I was right at zero.
Hmm.
I'm negative $3 right now. Low profit now, $3. Well, just went back. So the candle's getting ready to come up, huh?
Let's see. Yeah, we've got we're above both the daily pivot and the weekly pivot. And so that might prevent it from coming down now that we're above it, except it might come down to one of those pivots again to bounce off of it.
Okay.
And it looks like that's kind of what you're hoping for here.
Yeah.
The structure's still bullish.
Yeah.
But it's also impeded on the upside by these big resistance zones that we have on the 5 minute and the 1 minute Hakanashi on MT4.
Some coffee.
All right.
No, I'm there. I just started the machine. I'm still looking here.
I can't have any caffeine this late.
Yeah, I see it's much later for you.
Yeah.
Prevents me from eating.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I used to take Adderall for my ADD.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is basically amphetamines.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that kept me from eating. Wouldn't give me no appetite.
Okay.
Since I went off of that and I had some heart issues, I had
Mhm.
a surgery about 3 years ago and then again about 2 years ago. And since then, I've gained about 35 pounds and can't can't seem to can't seem to lose it.
Yeah, I gained about 35 myself in the last couple of years and trying to get it off, but I need to get back to the gym regularly. But
Yeah,
getting back on the trading schedule, either got to go, like I said, real early,
yeah,
you know, or after, and then sometimes you don't feel like it after you trade, you feel you tired or you want to go back to bed.
yeah.
All that.
That's I've experienced that too. Trading can be such a mental and emotional lift sometimes that you're just beat afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it gets better as you become a more proficient trader and you've built up those muscles, but while it's still an effort, like it is for me.
Yeah, still an effort for me. Definitely. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I'm still in. I'm
Yeah.
in profit now, $6,
Okay.
12 now. I'm gonna get out soon. See how much farther it goes.
Gold and the dollar are converging, so it does indicate we're coming down a little bit.
I'll get out right here. Should I? Oh, I stayed in. Good thing I didn't click. Go. About $40.
There you go. Now it's looking like it wants to come, but we're coming right up on the pivot. So good job. Good job.
Yeah. Might as well get out. I'm getting out
Order
now.
filled.
I got out.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get into those, I guess, at that, it looks like it's still coming down more.
Yeah, it's going to hit the pivot though right now. And so I
So
wouldn't.
wait for the pivot. Yeah, wait for the pivot then. Where's the period at what, 33.10?
Yeah, you should be able to see it on the Renko too, a little blue line that the Renko is approaching. But yeah, it's 30, what is it exactly? Let's see. 3311.71 is where I have it. Okay, now it's coming down below that.
Okay.
Blasting through it. See what happens.
Yeah, I'm go ahead and jump in back.
Order filled.
A little profit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15, $20. I'll wait a little bit. See if it drops some more. Came up a little bit.
Yeah. And first through the pivot, but the pivot's pulling it back.
Order filled.
Yeah, it's got out.
Did you get a little?
Yeah, $6 loss.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's probably gonna come back, right? But you go up a little bit and then probably reverse back to that pivot. I'll
Hard to
anticipate.
know. Hard to see what the market wants to do tonight.
I know. Okay, what happened? Lose? Mm, it dropped.
Yeah.
Did you get in?
No, no. I'm thinking about it, but not in yet. Looking at the Renko.
Order filled.
Jumped in.
You in profit?
Yeah,
Good for you.
about 25. It was probably gonna hit back down to like 5 or 6 more pips, what was that? Originally for the start of the breakout.
Yeah, we just hit the WPP though, so I'm thinking about taking a little loss here. I was in $20 profit. I should have taken it.
Yeah, I didn't get out either. Let me take this $12.
Order filled.
Yeah, I had a
Okay.
little more, but I took $12.
I took 10 and I'm glad I got out of it because we're right at that weekly pivot and that was a little nerve wracking to me. I um I got in just a touch late again.
Okay. But it still looks like it's gonna drop again.
I want to see this on a 5 minute. What's going on here?
Order filled.
I just jumped in.
I heard.
Got a little profit. Oh no, I'm negative. Um, I still think it's gonna go down some more though. I think that's just an adjustment.
Are you basing that purely on price action?
Yeah, and where it was at originally, I think it's going back down to where I started seeing the jump earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, back at like 6 Eastern, 3,
Mm-hmm.
and that hour it jumped up, right? That was
Yeah.
so that's what I'm anticipating because it's already past that point where it jumped.
Yeah. We've got 1 minute for the 9 o'clock candle,
Mhm.
or the 6 o'clock in your case.
I mean, that's what I noticed when I traded the gold is like, you know, certain times, in the morning, you see the certain movements and the resistance. And then in the evening, I would always, notice like in the evening or 9 p.m., from like that 6 to 9
Mm-hmm.
p.m. Pacific, right?
Yeah.
And there's some jumps. It's either going to continue to go up depending on where the resistance was or just, drop down and you can ride it out
Yeah.
because you have a lot more movement.
Here we are, 9 o'clock right now.
Push it down a little bit. It looks like it is giving us a little bit push down. So that's good. I also went up to 4 micro. So I'm going to stay in it because I don't think this is going to go back up. Yeah, resistance. See, once it push up, then it's going to go back. I put my smaller t-shirt on. See, that was fool's gold. I knew it was going to do that.
Hmm.
There's always a little correction and then back down in that direction is going.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too. You know, you got to be patient. Sometimes I just get in, get out.
Yeah.
Guess you have to believe in your trade, right?
Yeah. I'm working with very strict drawdown rules. If it goes against me by very much, I'm out. You know, the motto, the moral of that story is I should have placed the trade in the opposite direction.
Right.
If there's a big drawdown, I placed the trade in the wrong direction.
Oh, you do?
No,
Oh, you
no.
you've been
That's
doing
that's
it.
that's
That's what
that's
you've
what I
been
tell
saying.
myself. I tell myself
Okay.
if it goes against me, not
Mhm.
not not you know once you put the trade in and you're always down a little bit because of the spread. And it can hover a little bit, it go against me 10, 20, $30, something like that. But if it takes off in the opposite direction like it did here, then I
Mhm.
just get out. I just get out because that's like I placed the trade in the wrong direction.
Okay.
I should have taken a buy if that's what it was going to do. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. See, this one before I would have got out with the loss.
Yeah. And I did get out with a loss, and I just have to accept that that happens, and I need to take better setups.
Yeah. I'm just anticipating from also with a price point, what it's been doing, where it was at before, that it wants to go back down.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's probably going to come back up at some time in the next few hours. I mean, it does the same thing every time, right? Up and down, just depending
Mhm.
on the time of the day when it's going to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're asleep when it happens. See, here's where I should take that profit and get out. but it's still showing that it wants to push down. Yeah,
Order filled.
I should have got out with 80, but I only went about 40 something. I might take another one if it drops here.
Order filled.
I'll get a little bit more. Maybe another pip or two. It stopped you from playing your music, Mike? I like your music, man.
Oh, wasn't it? Can you hear it? I thought it was there. Just a second. Let me,
It's a little lower today.
can you hear now?
No.
Huh, just a second here.
Man, it's a good trade right now.
Oh, yeah, it is. Wow. That's
I mean,
great.
I'm almost at 80 right now. I'm at 80 now. And I took another 45 before. So I'm getting all my money back
Good.
that I lost because I was like 200 and something down. I'm now only like $100. Oh, wow. What's going on? I better take this money right now and run. Who's gonna go down some more?
Let's see, what are we coming up on? This is where it took off from. We're at the level right now where it bounced from
Yep.
before.
Yep,
Be,
exactly.
be careful there.
Yeah, I'm 120 in,
That's great.
so I'm gonna eventually get out soon enough to see what this candle does. Yeah, I'm getting out.
Order filled.
So I'm only 51 down for the session, 148
That's great.
again. So basically I'm like, what's that, 100? Is that, yeah, about 100 and, about 110 from 50?
That's good. Good.
No, I'm sorry, 210.
That's great. I am down 140 for this session because I took that loss on
Okay.
that on that same trade that went against you and you stayed in.
Yeah, well, that trade, because I had traded before we got on, like
Hmm.
maybe an hour before I was looking at it, and I traded and a couple trades, and then I lost. So I was already down like 248 for the session.
Yeah,
And yeah, so at least I got most of that back and only negative 51
right.
for the rest of that. So I can get that 210 back easy and get back at 50,000, making some smart trades. I'm telling you, man, that 9 o'clock candle, it never fails.
Yeah, it does something.
That's not doing much at all. I was at a loss on gold too. Not much, but I got back down to I had a sell.
Mhm.
I got that closed out. That's where it pivoted. And I
Yeah,
took another sell down all the way and just wrote it down a little bit. But I only did about five. I was only doing like $5. So it wasn't a lot of money.
nice. All right. I think I wish I had caught more of that move,
Uh-huh.
but I think I'm feeling a little gun shy from my losses this morning, so I'm not exactly in a peak performance state,
Right.
and I think that's affecting me a little bit. Um,
We're gonna call it a night.
I've had three winning trades tonight, but the one
Mhm.
losing trade set me back. Um, so
Yeah, I mean that's fine in calling it because I mean I had the losses and I gained, 100 something back. So I don't feel too bad.
yeah,
And just make it up tomorrow so it's not gonna be like too much of a burden.
yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I commit to sticking around on Asia sessions until about 9:15. That's where we are. So,
Yeah, we're good. I'm good.
all right. Enjoy the rest of your trading if you stay on, and otherwise, I will catch you maybe tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, you too, Mike.